there's a large part of this country that needs to wake up. I'm not saying you need to be gun-ho, fist in the air, Donald Trump supporter, but you need to realize that there are people that are quote-unquote politicians and running this country that are leading you down a path that I don't think they really realize how dangerous it is.
Well, it's not going to be dangerous for them because they're the elites that are going to be at the top of the system that they're trying to take us into. So they don't give a shit about what your plight is going to be in that system. With the basketball players, they didn't want to call
owners. They wanted
to call owners. They wanted to call them chairman, and then feminists got mad because why would we call them chairman? They should be chairperson, and they start squabbling over that stuff. It's just ridiculous nonsense. It's ridiculous noise, is what it is.
I'm just wondering if it's going to get to a point where the majority of people do wake up. See, my big worry is the people that then engage in that argument. Like, they can't even see that they're arguing amongst themselves over ridiculous, like, bullshit that doesn't even matter, like a term. You know, I'm really concerned about that. You would think at this point, you know, I've woken up, you've woken up, AC. I mean, here we are, we're on this seeing things, you know, more accurately because we've been filtered out of the mainstream media and all that. And now you see this stuff happening. And to your point, you mentioned Owen Schroyer there, and you mentioned the people that are out at these things. I just watched a video of him the other night. He's out. Some guy is drunk, screaming at him about not knowing a definition of ignorance, and he didn't
spitting on him.
Yes, spitting on him, cursing at him, getting in his face like they're going to hit him. And he's like,
he did not swear once.
He didn't do anything. Either. He's just standing there like they're immediately triggered by, I guess, the InfoWars placard on the microphone and his American flag hat, which tells me if they see a guy in the street with a microphone with an American flag hat, dude, why are you in this country? Leave. I'm at a point right now where I'm over this, you know?
Hey, ho, ho. InfoWars has got to go. hey, ho, ho. I mean, they come up with nice nursery rhymes. I mean, the part of it is this. Like, when does common sense come over people? Like, it's scary that we can be this divided as people. It really is. And honestly, it's scared me the whole time Obama's been in office. It scared me even now. And I honestly, part of the reason why I was not 100% on board with Trump was because I wanted him to do more to bring it back towards the middle. Mm-hmm. And part of the reason why I'm on his side now is because I don't think he can. Right now, I don't think he can. There is a portion of people in this country who cannot be reasoned with.
Yes.
Who will not look at facts, who will not look at anything. And I'm sorry, the bottom line here is the swing voter voted for Obama and voted for Trump. Mm-hmm. Because there's no way either one gets elected without that being fact. And actually, you know, this idea that he's just a voice for billionaires is not true. It's just not true. He's giving big business tax cuts so they stay here. But there's a second part of that people don't say and they don't understand. He's also saying if you take your business elsewhere, it's going to cost you a lot of money to bring your product back here.
Very big
and
deal.
Trump did that. Not Obama. You can believe all this BS now that Obama's policy is causing this. It's all that. It's BS. Because I'm going to tell you something right now. Just use your noodle. Just use your noodle. I know you can't because, you know, Trump's the devil. I understand. But use your noodle for a second. If George W. Bush was the problem, why in 8 years, in 32 quarters, Obama did almost nothing great for the economy.
There's no almost about it. He did nothing great. He never could average 3% gain.
So you mean to tell me all his policy came to fruition when he left office? It came to fruition because Trump sat there before his inauguration. It got rid of all his BS policy. That's what happened.
Yeah, he ripped up Obama's regulations. That's the first thing he did. And as soon as he did that, as soon as he got rid of those regulations, boom, business took off.
And you know, they sit there with all this other nonsense about, you know, Trump holding women back and everything else. And listen, I understand it depends on what positions they have and everything else, but he like Owen Schroyer said 1,000 times during the Women's March, Trump's appointed more women to his cabinet than any other president ever.
Yeah. Yep.
And women unemployment right now is at the lowest it's ever been in the history of the country.
It's the lowest it's been in 18 years. Black male unemployment is the lowest it's been. It was the highest under Obama.
Yes.
Because and you listen to these people, these brainwashed people, and they claim they know everything. How do they not? If you know everything and you don't know these facts, you sound ignorant. I'm sorry.
I'm not selective knowledge.
I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but the overall point to this conversation so far is, why did I end up on the Trump train?
Yep.
This is why. It's facts. I'm just following the facts.
It's amazing. It's amazing. You know, you're talking about the women's rights, and I mean, it goes. I'll go back to the fact this guy has been pop culturally relevant since the early '80s. Wall Street, business, the art of the deal, the books, the movies. Then he has the show. Did we ever hear, for example, Omarosa during the filming of that show? Did she ever say, he mistreated me because I'm a woman, he mistreated me because I'm black, he's racist, never. He's this, he's that? Never. It never happened. It didn't happen until he won the presidency. And then all this shit happened. If people can't see that, they're just ignorant.
Tito Ortiz.
I had a conversation with a doctor that we both know, and that's one thing that he asked me. Don't you think Trump is a racist? And I said, no, I don't. And he said, well, how could you believe that? I said, I believe that because the guy has a public persona that's been going on for 50 years.
Yeah.
Wait.
And we've never heard anyone. No one's ever accused him of being racist. In fact, he's won award after award after award for actually everything he's done for the black community. He's been honored by Jesse Jackson. He's been honored by Reverend Al Sharpton. Anyone that is anyone in the black community has honored Donald Trump at one time or another for either the money he gave or, you know, something that he's done for their mission, for their cause.
Dr. King's family, they've come out in support of Trump. Nobody wants to report it, but they've come out in support of him how many times?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, if you can't take their word for it, I mean, what do you...
They're Uncle Toms.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. Whenever someone in the black community comes out in support of that, they spin it on them and start name calling and excluding them.
Yeah.
These are I thought the liberal side is supposed to be the inclusionary side. But if you don't agree with them, you're excluded. You're not in this camp. You got to agree with us. You got to be a socialist. You got to be half a communist to be okay with this camp.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're diverse, right? And they're also, like you said, they include everyone, right? I mean, that's
they include Antifa. Yeah,
they're tolerant.
They're inclusionary.
Right? They're very tolerant.
They're tolerant. They're tolerant. Oh yeah.
That was one of my big things, to be honest. I started noticing that the Democratic Party wasn't a place for me anymore. It was just one, you know, it could have been one thing. Now, one thing led to, you know, all things. But at first, in the beginning, I thought, wait a minute, I don't fit here anymore. They're telling me I don't fit here anymore over one thing, you know, which would be limited government versus huge socialist government like they want with programs and shit. It's like, now forget it. Forget it. You come out on YouTube and you're an African American and you support Trump, you're done. You're out of the group.
Oh,
it's just sad.
Well, the other thing
Same
too
if
is
you're gay. If you're gay, it's the same.
Yes. Yep.
Well, look at the states that people are leaving in droves, and look at the policy in those states.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Connecticut, Illinois. Do I need to go on?
California.
I live here.
Oh, we're Pennsylvania.
I will tell you this right now, and this is the honest to God's truth. Under no circumstances, with the way things are now, will I ever step foot in that state.
We're up against it here now in Pennsylvania. Stames, give me the what's it called? The P what? What are we up against here? What's it called? With the education?
The Pennsylvania Promise Plan.
The Promise Plan, AC. They are instituting, well, they're going to vote on it. They're instituting basically Bernie Sanders. Education.
Free college.
Free college. Free. It's all free. Nobody's going to pay for it. It's going to be free.
Just going to be free.
Yep.
So are all these inclusionary professors going to teach for free?
Well, no, because it's not going to be for free. The taxpayers are going to pay for it.
This is Jeff Edwards for the Rise of Liberty podcast. For the full audio podcast version of this episode, please visit Spreaker.com, iTunes, Apple Podcasts, search Edwards Podcasts, or the Rise of Liberty podcast. Please like and subscribe. Give me liberty or give me death.